In this video, I'm going to show you how to install and set up Spring Toolsuite IDE on Windows 10 machine. Well, Spring Toolsuite IDE is a very popular IDE, especially for developing Spring-based applications. Alright, so just go ahead and open your favorite browser, and here I'm in a Chrome browser, and just type Spring Toolsuite download, and go ahead and click on first link here, that is Spring Toolsuite. So this is the official website of Spring. So go ahead and click on this link and it will navigate to the Spring IO website. And scroll down, and here you can see you can download Spring Toolsuite IDE for different operating systems. So if you are using Linux, then go ahead and download STS for Linux here. And if you are using Mac, then you can go ahead and download STS for Mac operating system. And we are interested in Windows in this video, so go ahead and click on Windows 64-bit option here. Alright, so go ahead and click on Windows 64-bit option here to download STS for Windows 10 machine. So I'm going to click on this, and once I click on this, you can look at here Spring Toolsuite 4 is downloading on my file system. So as of now, Spring Toolsuite 4.10 is available, and this is the latest release of Spring Toolsuite IDE. Okay, just wait couple of seconds to download Spring Toolsuite IDE jar file. Okay, so depends on your internet speed, it will take the time to complete the download. Alright, once download completes, you can see keep or discard. So click on keep option and just open this file in a folder. Okay, so here you have show in folder option. So go ahead and click on show in folder. And if you observe this file, so this file is a jar file. Okay, so you can see the type of the file is executable jar file. And we need to extract this jar file. So in order to do that, first you have to install Java. So make sure that you have installed Java on your machine before extracting this file. So go ahead and double click on this jar file. If you can observe here, unpackaging Spring Toolsuite. Okay, and let's wait a couple of seconds to complete unpackaging 100%. It's pretty simple to set up Spring Toolsuite IDE. Okay, just go ahead and download Spring Toolsuite IDE from the official website and just double click on it, and you can able to see here unpacking Spring Toolsuite IDE. Alright, it's pretty simple. Alright, so once 100% complete, then you can see here the folder is created. And just open this folder, and here you can able to see Spring Toolsuite 4 file. So in order to launch STS, then you can go ahead and click on this Spring Toolsuite 4 icon here. So go ahead and click on it. Let's wait a couple of seconds to launch Spring Toolsuite IDE. So look at here, it will ask a directory to set up the workspace. So by default, it will create a workspace in documents folder. Okay, so you can also change the workspace here. Click on browse and create a folder in your file system, and you can make that folder as a workspace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the desktop, and here I will create a new folder and I name it as Spring Projects, something like this. And I choose this folder and click on select folder, and I just launch this IDE. In order to launch, click on launch button. Perfect. So our Spring Tool Suite ID is launched, and here you can see a couple of options. So you can go ahead and directly create a different kind of projects, like you can create a Java project, you can create a Spring Boot project, and you can import existing Spring based projects. So let me create a simple Spring Boot application so that we can conclude saying that our Spring Tool Suite ID setup is perfectly working on Windows. So go ahead and click on this link, create new Spring Starter project. And look at here, this is a Spring Initializer link. So Spring Initializer is basically integrated in Spring Tool Suite ID, and instead of going to going to this website and creating a Spring Boot project over there, you can directly create Spring project by using Spring Initializer inside Spring Tool Suite ID. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's give project name as demo and choose project type as Maven here, packaging as jar, and I'm going to use Java version 16. This is the latest release of Java as of now, and choose language Java, and let's keep group ID as it is and artifact ID and everything default as it is. So this is just a demo project I'm going to show you. That's the reason I'm going to keep all the default values as it is. Click on next and look at here Spring Boot version. So this is the latest and stable release of Spring Boot as of now, and you can choose here the Spring Boot starter dependencies. In order to create a Spring MVC project or Spring Boot REST API application, you need to choose the starter dependency, that is Spring Web Starter dependency. I'm going to choose a Spring Web Starter dependency, and if you want to work with databases like MySQL database or PostgreSQL database, then you can go ahead and you can choose Spring Data JPA dependency. Okay, so along with that you need to also choose a database driver. For example, in case of MySQL driver, you need to choose MySQL JDBC driver. Alright, great. Now let's go ahead and let's hit finish. So Maven will basically download all the dependencies from the internet and it will store in local repository. And look at here, Spring Boot project is created successfully. Open the application, that is demo application class. So this is a Spring Boot main class. Alright, and you can run this Spring Boot application as a standalone by using this class, because this class has a main method. Alright, let's go ahead and let's run this project and let's see whether it will successfully run or not. Right click, run as Spring Boot application. And there we go, Spring Boot is successfully running on Tomcat server on port 8080. It means that we have successfully created a Spring Boot application and we have deployed in embedded Tomcat server. It's pretty simple to install and set up Spring Tool Suite ID on Windows 10 machine. Let me summarize the steps that we have implemented. So we have downloaded Spring Tool Suite ID as a jar file for Windows 64-bit, and then we have extracted, and then we have launched Spring Tool Suite ID on our local machine, and we have created a simple Spring Boot application in order to test whether our setup is working as expected or not. Okay, great.